If you ever stay in an old hotel, never ask why room 309 has no guests. I didn't ask, and that was my biggest mistake. I was on a late-night business trip when my train got delayed by 5 hours. Exhausted and annoyed, I decided to stay at the nearest hotel I could find. It was a tall, narrow building with flickering yellow lights and an old wooden sign that read, "The Harrow Inn, since 1891. Inside, the lobby smelled like damp carpet and something older. The receptionist was an elderly man with pale eyes that never blinked enough. Just one night, I told him. He hesitated. Only room available is on the 3rd floor. Then he paused again and added, "Don't open your door if you hear knocking after midnight." I laughed nervously, thinking it was some weird joke. It wasn't. Room 309 felt colder than the hallway. The moment I stepped inside, I noticed 3 things. The curtains were nailed shut. The mirror was covered with a dark cloth. And the temperature felt like winter. I dropped my bag, took a hot shower, and tried to relax. But around 12:17 a.m., I heard it. Knock. 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 Slow, gentle, almost polite. I froze. I remembered the old man's warning. Don't open your door after midnight. I stayed quiet, but the knocking became louder. Knock. 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 I stepped closer. Who's there? No answer. Just breathing. Slow, heavy breathing, right on the other side of the door. After 2 minutes, it stopped. I exhaled, shaking. But then a voice whispered through the crack under the door. "Please, let me in, it's so cold." My blood turned to ice. It sounded like a woman. Weak. Crying. But something felt wrong. Her voice didn't echo like a real person's. It sounded like it was coming from inside the walls. I backed away slowly. That's when the cloth fell off the mirror behind me. By itself. I jumped. The mirror wasn't reflecting my room. It was showing the hallway outside. And in that reflection, a woman stood at my door. Long black hair covering her face. Bare feet. A white gown soaked as if she had walked through rain. But when I looked at the real door, no one was there. Only the mirror showed her. And she lifted her hand. And knock.my heart hammered as the door handle slowly began to turn. I shouted, "Stop!" The handle froze. But the mirror woman didn't. She pushed open the mirror door, not the real one, and stepped into the room from inside the reflection. Her joints cracked as she crawled out, head tilting unnaturally to the side as if studying me. "Finally, warm," she whispered. I stumbled back and fell. She crawled closer, her long fingers stretching toward my face. I scrambled to my feet, grabbed my bag, and bolted out of the room. Down the hall. Down the stairs. Into the lobby. The old man looked up calmly. "You heard her. What was that thing?" I gasped. He sighed. "She died in that room in 1912. Every winter, she comes back. Looking for warmth. Looking for someone alive." I stared at him in horror. "Why didn't you warn me more clearly?" He gave a sad smile. "I did. I said don't open your door." I shook my head. "But I didn't open it." He nodded slowly. "I know. That's why you survived." I froze. "Survived?" He looked past me. "She's standing behind you, isn't she?" I turned. But there was nothing. The old man whispered, "Check the mirror behind you." I looked into the tall mirror in the lobby. And there she was. Standing right behind me, smiling. I ran from the hotel that night. But sometimes, in windows and mirrors, I still see following me.